Right then, let's continue. 10,000 cash. We got a new crib. We got something else, a stronghold. And all that other Saints Row jargon. You did something cool. What's this guy doing here? Shandy is a whore. Aren't you pleasant, Mr. Green Man? Like a damn. It's not Paddy's Day. Get up. Oh yeah, fight time. Cock punch. Even did the sign of the cross. That's how much it's painful. That's what I call a taint stain.
Queefer Sutherland.
That is a good one.
That's hideous.
That is a good one. It works too, queefer. Because it's a queef. Yeah, I like it. Like it. Ooh, Decker's Die. This is the awesome mission that we're going to be playing with no sound. And sound is like 3/10 of the law, whatever that fucking weird quote is. I don't watch enough Law and Order to know that stuff.
Good land.
Ah. Nothing but skill. Like you literally couldn't play this game for a couple of 100 hours and do what I just did. That skillful. That's a river. No.
Hell in a handbasket. I like that.
I don't get that one.
Hell in a handbasket.
Going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those expressions that you don't come across that often for you to immediately go, yeah, I see what you did there.
Mm.
That's not bad though.
I can't remember what it was that I read where it was. It was something along the lines of why roller derby won't go to the Olympics. And
Well, it's obvious because there's not enough disabled people that can skate. I was waiting for that. On a scale of 0 to 10 in offensiveness, how bad was that? I think it was quite good.
yeah, you always think you're quite
No,
good.
no, I don't mean in the grand scheme of humour. I just mean that could be taken the wrong way and seen as very offensive, but you can tell it was a silly. I think.
I could tell it was a silly because I've met you.
Yeah, but still. Still, I think in the grand scheme of things, that was fun. Keep using left trigger to brake when it's much better to do the handbrake. Even though just then I did a power slide and this card obviously controls like toffee. Yeah. Sachets over the bar.
Apparently it's been considered for 2020 Olympics.
Well, I'll not hold my breath then.
You can survive a gunshot. If your mind takes too much shock in this chair, you'll go brain dead.
I think the world can be very judgmental over new sports.
Definitely.
Very old-fashioned in that regard. I mean, some of them for good reason, like lacrosse. What the fuck is that? Bunch of guys running around with a funny rod throwing a shuttlecock. It's like, come on, guys.
It's violent though, lacrosse, isn't it?
Oh, it's probably fantastic, but just the premise of it sounds ridiculous. It sounds like something you do when you do PE at school and all the equipment's been nicked. So they have to think of something on the feet.
Creative.
We did stool ball. Do you ever play stool ball? Exactly.
Stool ball.
Nobody plays stool ball. Do you know why?
Bench ball.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bench ball? What was that?
You had two benches at opposite sides of the hall.
I'm a toilet.
You were
I'm totally a toilet.
two benches at opposite sides of the hall, and your team. There was one person on each bench, and their team was on the other side, other half of the hall, and you had to throw your ball from your side to the person on the bench, so you could get on the bench.
Okay.
And it was the team one who had all their team members on the bench first. Obviously, the other team had to try and stop you getting the ball to the other side.
And do you know what that is?
What?
That is a rainy day. Couldn't think of a better sport to do. Alternative.
It was brilliant though, because it was either, do you know when it was rainy day sports like PE,
Yeah,
it was
we
either
used to go outside and play rugby on the concrete. Back when they didn't give a fuck about kids.
For us, it was either bench ball or dodgeball. And when you
I used to love dodgeball.
like me and not sporty, I hated dodgeball.
Oh, I nearly broke a kid's jaw, and we all high-fived.
Well, we stopped being able to play like male and female football because one of the lads kicked a ball at a girl's face and it broke a cheekbone.
Wow.
So
It wasn't it funny back in primary school? There was a mandatory law on the football team to have one girl.
really,
Yeah. And none of the other teams abided by it, but because I came from a Catholic school, we always had a girl. She was always a defender, and there was always a fucking hole in the defence. And that's not even sexist, that's just back in day. In my school, none of the girls were interested in football except for one. And she was really good, but she was like 3 years older than us, so we couldn't have her. So instead, we had to have, like, poor Nikki, who didn't want to play. Who just stood there and shied away from every like piece of contact with the ball.
I remember once. Do you know they did the school-wide thing where all the schools in the area had a
Shot
team,
from behind.
and it was a day of football. Our team got through to the final, and then this was in primary school, and then it was just a girls' team. But then they all got bored, and I had to go in the net.
Yeah, that's not a good place for you to be if you don't like football.
That's the thing. I don't mind watching football.
No, because you're last line of defence. You're the reason why where teams lose, and also you're getting direct impact with the ball because it's your job. So, and I used to play with people that would intentionally hit the free kick at the wall to maliciously try and injure the wall.
I found the article.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I have no idea what we were on about.
Roller derby names that are never gonna.
See the light of day.
Back in the day, derby names were supposed to be fun and quirky.
Now they're not.
Not a chance to tell us how big your wiener is, or that you want to rip a girl apart with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a bit. She just made it real.
Clitler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clitty clitty bang bang.
That is so. You took one of the most evil figures in history and feminized him.
Rose Hypno.
Why? Why? No! That is a bad one too. That is socially unacceptable. But empowering. What the fuck is this guy?
Shitbird barely gives a shit, and shit show.
Oh, what's going on here? Sensitivity not high enough. Sensitivity is max.
Which is downright refreshing in its comparison to a recent addition, Cunty McTaintstain. That's one that I
Wow.
It's a registered name.
Why though? Why would she? That is her moniker. That is her name in this sport. That's her identity in this career. That is real bad. Fuck off, you.
Buster Hyman.
That's pretty funny. But like on YouTube, I couldn't have Sarah from 17, so my channel is called The Sarah from 17. I feel a douche for that.
Mm.
So I can't imagine, calling myself Cunty McCuntstain. Gosh.
The now retired Chainsaw Gut Fucks.
Why? You know what they sound like? They sound like grind bands that never play live. They just record the most obscure and ridiculous music with drum machines, with titles like, Nun Skullfucker and Dead Baby Skateboard and stuff.
Yeah, it's basically, the article is not ready for prime time, and it's on about how can people who want roller derby to get to the Olympics.
Yeah,
Get
how can
to
they
the
advocate
Olympics.
that kind of bullshit?
When they're never gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Raging Cock.
You see, there's just nothing to that. That's just idle.
It's like some of you drew George Carlin's 7 dirty words from a hat and made as many names as possible with them.
Pretty true. And a good name drop. You're dropping Carlin, I'm reading further.
And speaking of bushes, there's also Cuntosaurus Rex. Smasher Indacunt.
Oh, why? That is...
Fingers Felter Snatch.
See, at least that's got some lyricism to it. Lyrical.
Oh.
Almost sounds like a fairy tale.
For the hygiene award, I'm torn between beast infection, pussy dandruff, and scabby gash.
Wow. I think beast infection's best because...
There's Clitosaurus rex and clitastrophe, which I kind of like.
Clitastrophe's not bad.
Then there's just clitoris.
Couldn't think of anything more creative, could they then?
Oh gosh.
That's like the one guy that draws a dick on the side of a toilet wall. Yeah! Dick. Nothing else. Not even hairy balls. Okay.
Merby dudes ain't any better. Want to be taken more seriously than just a ladies' half-time act.
You are dead.
Stop taking names like rape you.
You are dead. Oh, that's pretty rough.
Buster muffin half.
That's pretty bad too.
Anyway, I'll stop with that now. But it's funny.
That's just dumb. Survive the text adventure.
Okay, we're back in business. Now let's take out Matt's antivirus next.
Can't move. Oh, weird. Well, oh, I'm on a toilet with a gun now.
It's a bit too over his phone.
Yep. Time flies when you're on your phone.
Sure.
While I'm trying to do a dual comm with you.
I'm not always on my phone.
Well, technically you kinda are. For instance, if your phone was a rebreather and we were underwater, I would have drowned, you would be fine.
Yeah. But you would want me to be alive.
So you could live on in spirit.
You would choose me. It'd be like
No.
Titanic.
It wouldn't be like Titanic, because why would you just lay in the icy fucking water? Why don't you climb on with that bitch? No good.
Because it wouldn't float.
It would float.
It wouldn't.
It would, because they were probably in about 2 inches worth of water in a set in America, which is not even cold. Nobody had to die. Just James Cameron. He breeds on suffering.
Did you see all the stuff online about when they re-released Titanic in 3D? All those people like, I didn't realise it was a true story.
Oh God.
It makes me hate humanity.
Yep, it does. It's almost as good as those people, you know, the Titanic 2 cruise. Will you go on the Titanic 2? Yes. Do you want it to be just like the Titanic 2? Like, yeah, let's smash it into an iceberg. And we like to think that we've progressed since then, but just look at that family who died because they were going between boat when it had crashed to try and get to a lifeboat and they ended up falling in. So yeah, you don't stand a fucking chance. All this technology. Space shuttles with less in them than phones and microwaves.
See, that's the thing. If they rebuilt the Titanic exactly as it was, I would go on it. I wouldn't travel on it anywhere. I'd like to go on it and see it in all its grandeur and stuff.
I'm getting beat up. He's using the lag switch. Well, the Titanic's, you know, it's just a giant indulgence. The only problem is you're kind of celebrating this crestfallen journey. It's strange. I find it morbid. You know, it's like, let's reenact the Holocaust, but this time we'll use cuddly bears.
What the hell is he?
This is when this game gets really weird. I can't remember the button to shoot or drive. Oh, it's so stiff. Like, really stiff. So hard. Yeah, this is fantastic for nostalgia. Gameplay-wise, this is just dog rough. You should take one shot to kill the stupid tank. His car drives faster than mine. Mine drives like shit. God, I'm so glad I didn't have an Atari. This is fucking trash. Yeah, I don't think I'd have been as into games if this had been my first exposure. But luckily enough for me, my first exposure was like Mario or something on the Commodore.
I think I did a Commodore.
Commodores were great. I just can't really remember much. I remember that Star Wars game, I remember the Batman game, but everything else I don't really remember. I remember the tapes had really cool artwork on them. I used to get so excited because the artwork was so good, but then they never loaded. And when they came on, all you were looking at was essentially just green and black, in something that would make, you know, Lego look detailed. Deckers die. This week on Diners, Drives, and Dives. I'm not going to wash my hands at any stage of this cooking process, and I'm going to wear all this jewellery that's been dipped in the toilet.
I like how your little thing's got a thong on.
Yeah. It's about as retro as it gets. You know, running around as an inflatable sex doll. That makes sense, doesn't it? I suppose it is more lethal than a toilet. It could definitely choke a baby. I was watching Traffic Cops with my mum the other day, because I live such an eventful life.
I love traffic cops.
Oh god, reverse the controls. I don't get it. I'm just gonna not move. I don't move. I'm good. And they were checking this guy's van out. Again. Because we were looking for counterfeit toys, because he'd got a bunch of toys, and they were driving somewhere in Scotland or wherever the hell they were. And they were looking into it, and they have to go through trainings and standards, because essentially these counterfeit toys don't have the proofing that normal toys do, and they can be dangerous. So they can essentially be selling lethal toys, and obviously you don't want lethal toys around children. And when they got into the back of this guy's van, he had all sorts. He also had airsoft rifles, and these were not the airsoft rifles, you know, with the orange on them that make them look ridiculous. These look like fucking guns. I'd have bought them, me. If I were them cops, I'd have took a few home. They looked great.
Got arrested.
Yeah, but still, they were a G36, and the translucent clip and everything. It looked so good. Really good. Games used to do stuff like this.
I figured.
They still do. But this is just an homage to when games used to fuck up a lot. And it's actually really good the first time you do it, but somebody told me about it and it ruined it. Because they made it out to be this amazingly retro and unique presentation in Saints Row. When I got here, it just wasn't as good. Wasn't as good as it could have been.
Mom's just texted me it's chicken and gammon for dinner tomorrow.
Chicken and gammon.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I ain't had a meal at your mum's in a while. She does good food.
Sure. I do good food.
You do good food. We should get some food after this.
I'm starving.
I just need to coat my bloody throat in honey.
I ain't eaten since that sandwich.
Well, whose fault's that? I did ask.
I know.
I did say
I wasn't hungry then.
You want some food, bitch? You said no.
Are we going to actually put some in?
Yeah, we can do. The whole point of this period of time is excess. So enjoy it, because you don't get to do it all the time. It's like cooking a takeaway. So, I killed this guy.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure if this is hard or not. Can't see. There it is.
Need a coffee.
Yeah, I do too. That was weird. It gave me controls back and started messing me up again. I'd got used to them being reversed. It's a shame there weren't more boss fights in this game, because I don't know. Oh shit! Didn't expect that. I like boss fights. They're one of my favourite parts of games. What is going on?
This feels like a completely different game.
It does, and I think that's intentional. I think that's why this is so like left field. It just comes out of nowhere. Hold devil's body. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Oh, I'm tiny.
You're super tiny.
He's knackered. Dun, 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 dun. This is essentially what this is. This is as God of War as it gets. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Shoot him in the back plenty of times with laser gun. Yeah, this guy's never going to win any awards, though, is he, with difficulty, because he's just kind of cruising at me. Oh, well, now there's two of them. Oh no, now I place this guy. Yeah, oh, wrong one. Yeah, bastard. Little dudes. What am I doing? Squatting in a little pool. Kill all the deckers. Yeah. My problem with this, though, is the art. Do you see how it's got all the fuzziness to it?
Yeah.
This actually looks like what some games can look like if your SCART or your HDMI is not connected right. So to me...
Well, that's what I was thinking, you know, when it came up with the debug thing and the writing on the screen. I wonder how many people turned the game on.
Yeah.
Like, restarted it, thinking
Valid,
it
isn't it? Because it's...
If you weren't expecting it.
Yeah. Didn't even kill a single guy.
I feel like my dad would have probably switched it off.
Well, it's just like on Metal Gear Solid 3, there's a sequence where you have to kill yourself. And you know, instead of pressing A to continue, you've got to wait and use an item. But the game never tells you to do it. So, feasibly, unless you know to do it, it's really difficult to not press continue because you think you failed. Hold devil's body. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Oh, he's doing his sexy breath. Sexy breath, I'll sexy breath you. Let's trade our breaths. Take my sword. This blade's a part of me. I'm gonna make it a part of you. Do you know what film that's from?
No, I never know.
Shame on you, girl. Shame on you. Just dash through it. That dash is awesome.
Unless you're going to quote something
breath.
Really cheesy and shit, I'm not going to know.
Well, some people might say it's cheesy and shit, but to those folks I say fuck you.
What is it?
Running Man.
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Heyday. Back before he decided to do things that were intelligent.
If it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in, I'm probably not going to be able to quote it.
Yeah, well, you should. We should change this. Should Malcolm McDowell you?
Except really, really obvious ones that everyone knows.
Dun, 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 dun. Slap. Slap.
I could quote Mean Girls and you won't understand.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Mean Girls and Running Man.
Mean Girls is brilliant.
Mainly, that one is a great film, the other one is trashy fucking
Mean
Lindsay
Girls
Lohan
is
nonsense.
brilliant.
Lindsay Lohan, before she discovered she had a nose full of coke.
She's in that new film with that porn star.
I'm not surprised she's not a porn star with where her career's going. She's got far too much money. She's just turned into she's turned into Macaulay Culkin, but only less crack addicty, and she's still pretty crack addicty.
I saw a picture of her the other day and she looked about 90.
Yeah, your face really ages when you use it to sweep floors. She literally looks like she's been used to buff a nightclub's dance floor. Unbelievable. Stab, giant, crazy robot thing, dinosaur man. Look at Sub-Zero now. It's playing Zero. I believe this is the end of the Deckers gang, because after this we're going for the final gang, which is the last part of the game. But it'll still be another 20 videos before it's done, because it goes forever. And the only problem with this is it takes a while to upload them because they're long. Oh no. Ooh. I will forever choose pistols. Because pistols are cool.
Such a boy.
What? There's nothing. What? What's boyish about that? There's ladies that like guns too. Have you not seen A Long Kiss Goodnight?
No.
Gina Davis hates you right now.
Is that a girl or a boy?
I believe it's a boy. Why?
I just wondered, I was confused.
He's wearing a tie.
Well, girls can wear ties.
Girls cannot wear ties. They just accentuate the titties. Everybody knows this.
To be honest, I'm a little scared of dying.
That's why girls wear ties.
That is a very weird camera angle.
Mary, I appreciate how you shared your concern.
Why is he wearing a wrestling mask?
Because he's a wrestler. And he can't let you know his face, because if you see his face, you steal his soul. Or something.
Well, I've got a flight to catch, so
Maybe he's extremely burned.
Maddie,
Maybe he blushes and it's a sign of weakness.
feel free to list me as a reference anytime.
Bit of pull focus there. And there we go, Decker's diet is complete.
Yeah.